And you wanted a platoon in Expertibelli, so I've got it lined up, and here we go. Exactly, twerd. It's twerst, tweckend, twerd, twarth, twith, twix, tweventh, twaighth, twinth, and 30th. Platoon Inexpertibelli by Slagon, and it was requested by Ige. Oh, thank you, Ige, for requesting that. And Slagon gets some royalties for playing that on this commercial radio station, as you know. Oh, it's Samurai Warrior in the background. FazeBase says, I think quasti means 80 in French. I think you're right. I've got no proof against that, so it must be right. Because I just saw it on the internet, because you wrote it, so it must be true. Righty-toity then, I'm going to play this. It was a request that was made by Cracks Ultima. And Cracks says, can we have Mr. Skeets with Hot Rod in Rod We Trust remix? This is one of Skits' tunes that we haven't played for a little while, so thank you for requesting it, Cracks. Here we go. There you go, Hot Rod in Rod We Trust remix by Mr. Skits, and it's got a jive in there, but not a full orchestra jive. It's a trumpet jive, a trist maybe, or a horn section jive. The same sample that they use in Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes, if you're familiar with that. And if you're not familiar with that tune, maybe you can remind me on Saturday, where I may or may not be doing that other thing that I don't talk about sometimes, that I do on Saturdays. Sometimes. That thing, you know, the thing. Right, so next up is a request that was made by Torsten. Hello, Torsten. He says, I'm an irregular listener of the BB brackets KB. I love what the two of you do. Well, thank you very much, Torsten. Would you please play Drew's Are You Ready? Thank you, and don't you dare enhance the song. What are you talking about? I never enhance anything. Goodness sake, Torsten.
Are you ready?
What? Are you ready? Wizardry by Drew, and it was requested by Torsten. So thank you very much, Torsten, for requesting that little ditty. Great little tune, that, isn't it? Yes, I'm going to say that, and Drew may or may not be listening, but if he is listening, his shiny ego disco balls are shining and glittering, and he probably can't get through the door right now either. But it's all gravy because it is a damn good tune, isn't it? And you don't need to answer that because it is a good tune. It was a rhetorical question. If you don't think it's a good tune, there's something very, very wrong with you, and you should go away now. Excellent. Right, so, love you all, by the way. If you don't like this tune, fuck off. Right, going to play this now. Farshan. Hello, Farshan. Her more do. Or a little bit more. That's a bit formal, isn't it? Hey, Leggett. Forshan, how about some CZ tunes and battleships? Thux got it lined up for you, so gonna play it right to bite now. And it feeds into the sea. Excuse me. Excuse me. Battleship CZ tunes, and it was requested by Farshan, so thank you very much, Farshan, for requesting that. Seems very quiet, doesn't it, the bed? Oh yeah, because I did that. There you go. Right, anyway, I'm going to play this now, and this will be the last tune. We will be well within 2030, so we can now then get out our... we can now get it... Oh, Jesus Christ. See, my mouth needs to go out of rehearsal as well. So, Speedy San, who had his own ident, but he left us for 57 billion years, but he's got it here.
You better come home, Speedy Gonzales.
There you go. Speedy San says, can I have Metal with DNA Warrior High Score, the 80s remix? I've got it lined up for you. So let's do it. Blinky, blinky plonky. The wheels on the bus go round and round. I mean, it's just a complete...
Is it time yet?
Vroom, vroom, pew, pew.
Okay, here we go. After lubricating his voice sufficiently, this show is now out of rehearsal. Get ready to get your ears destroyed. Indeed. Welcome to the BBKB for Wednesday, September the 1st, 2016. This is the 265th day of the year with 101 days remaining in 2016. On this day in 1937, J.R.R. Tolkien, The Hobbit is published. 1937. In 1942, the Boeing B-29 Superfortress makes its maiden flight. In 1972, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos signs Proclamation number 1081, placing the entire country under martial law and making the beginning of his authoritarian rule. In 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor is unanimously approved by the US Senate as the first female Supreme Court Justice. In 1993, Russian President Boris Yeltsin suspends Parliament and scraps the then functioning constitution.
thus triggering the Russian constitutional crisis of 1993. In 2001, Deep Space One flies within 2,200 kilometers of comet Borifly. And in 2003, Galileo, Mexico. The Galileo mission is terminated by sending the probe into Jupiter's atmosphere, where it is crushed by the pressure at the lower altitudes. Birthdays on this day in 1866, H.G. Wells, the English historian, author and critic. 1874, Gustav Holst, English composer and educator. You know, the planets and all that. 1912, Chuck Jones, American animator, producer and screenwriter, and one of my all-time favourite heroes, for 'tis him who gave Bugs Bunny life. 1934, Leonard Cohen, a Canadian singer-songwriter and poet, hallelujah. 1947, Stephen King, American author and screenwriter. 1950, Bill Murray, American actor, comedian, producer and screenwriter. 1971, Luke Wilson, American actor. He's an actor, is he? Okay. American actor, director and screenwriter. And in 1972, Liam Gallagher, English singer-songwriter, off of Oasis and that. And as an observance today, it is International Day of Peace. The International Day of Peace. That's right. Peace be with you. Peace, that is. That's right. Peace. Anyway, that's stuff and thing and whatnot going on for today. And it's time for me to just say hello to the lovely, the luscious, the word beginning with L, Kate.
Rise, eternal peace.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
I think how that famous song goes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's. I've got a tear in my eye.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Very, very well after your secret mission.
After my super secret underground mission, yes. Yes, I'm still trying to get better after that, but it's doing okay.
Because you were doing all sorts of planes, trains and automobiles and helicopters, weren't you?
Indeed, yes. It's not, yes, just to let everyone know, it isn't that secret, and it wasn't underground or a mission of any, it was our consultancy company's conference, yearly conference. The first one I've had with my new consultancy company, and we went to a little place called Zell am See in Austria. And a jolly good time was had by all. I think is the best thing to say.
Indeed.
And yeah, there was a Nelly Chopper ride, and there was walking, and there was a little bit of a conference, which is why we were there. But there was muchos nice food and muchos beerage going on as well.
Nice.
But we went up on a one of those what are those called? The ski lifts? No, not a ski lift, but you know, the cabin thingies that go up. You know.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't remember what they're bloody called.
Yeah, exactly.
Where eagles dare, the Moonraker.
Yeah, that's the one. Broadsword calling Danny boy. What are they called? Fucking cable cars. No.
That's it.
Is
no,
it
I
cable
think that's
cars?
right. Isn't it cable cars? Yes.
Phase base. Yeah. Carbell barn, as they would be called in something. Anyway, so we went up there, and then there was a walk downhill, and you followed this winding path, and that's when my, as you know, I fucked up my left foot, and I thought I was doing okay, but halfway down, not even halfway down, a third of the way down, it started really playing up, and the boss saw that I was struggling a bit. He said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah," and he says, "No, don't be British about this. You're not doing okay, are you?" I said, "It's hurting a bit." So we tried to order a taxi, but the roads around there are construction roads for just construction to get through and everything. So he actually waved down these two men in a van and said, "Could you take my friend down to the bottom, because he broke his ankle. He put a little bit on put a bit of shine on. He broke his ankle and they went, So he got out his wallet and said, here's 50 euros. Take him down and then buy yourself a nice meal. So they took me down. That was nice of my boss.
And you're very lucky that they didn't go, take him down. Okay.
Yeah, do you want it gangster style or... Bing bong! You're getting messages, by the way.
Oh, yes, so I am. Thank you very much for that.
Bing
Yes,
bong!
hi.
Is it DMTM?
It is not DMTM.
Oh, okay.
It's everyone else. I will deal with this slight fucking cross-talk audio issue. And
Leave them to
you
me.
should play something. You should play a request or something.
Leave them to me. I will deal with them myself. No. So yes. Oh, and I just want to say...
I thought I recognised your foul stench when I came on board.
No, you... Indeed. I missed you too. Right, so I just want to say very much I want to pimp freeze64.co.uk. Freeze64, I've mentioned them before, but the next issue is coming out on Saturday. So if you go to freeze64.co.uk, it's a fanzine all to do with cheats and stuff like that, how to put in pokes and cheats and whatnot to... if you've got one of those Commodore 64 games you've always wanted to see the end of, but you always ran out of lives and you didn't have a cheat, this fanzine will probably answer your question. If not yet, then in a future issue. Bing bong! So if you go to Freeze64, that's Freeze and then the digits 64.co.uk, issue 3 will be coming, and it's a proper magazine. It's not this one of these online things that you have to use fucking Adobe PDF reader, which is become bloatware. Bing bong! It's a real... You'll get it in the post, in the mail. It's real, proper paper, pick it up, tactile type, reading with your eyes and stuff. And I thoroughly recommend it. I've got the first 2 issues. The third one is coming to me because I'm great and it gives me an early copy. And it's great, really good. Do it. Just do it. It's really cheap as well. Really cheap. Good. Excellent. I think I've done that.
I think so.
And now I am going to let Kate deal with her bing bongs. No, that wasn't a euphemism. And I'm going to play this because Duke Sigmund says... I can't be asked to do his... Duke, etc. Says, hello, Bars, and hello, Kate. No, actually, sorry, Duke, I won't do that yet. But there was someone else I was going to do first. It was Pararaum. Hello, Pararaum. Because I'm thinking of playing a Sid. Because Pararaum says, can I have Johannes Bjerregaard with Twilight Beyond? So I'm going to play an actual Sid type thingy. And it gives Kate plenty of time as well to sort out the stuff. So here we go.
And now for all those lovers of the real thing, here's an original Sid on Slay Radio.
Use them instead of the boring beep you get from most computers.
That beep sounds like Ken's. Beep! Is this looped? Johannes Bjerregaard there with Twilight Beyond. Nice little Sid, though.
It wasn't too bad.
It was all right, wasn't it? It hadn't looped. It was actually 6 minutes, 58 seconds long. But the last minute I kind of enhanced.
I don't mind a long piece of music as long as it retains sufficient interest throughout. And if you're asking yourself, has it looped?
I think you've answered your own question, really, haven't you?
I didn't answer no damn question.
Indeed. It's going to be one of those nights.
Might be.
Who's fucking asking?
It's good to have you back, boss, after your adventure.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back as well.
It was interesting having a week off last week. I was very, very close to doing my own show of some sort, or at least a brief one, but the lure of a nice hot bath was too much.
Nice. No, you've got your priorities right. Shall I do a show, my first show on my own, or shall I have a nice hot bath? Have a nice hot bath, that's better, isn't it?
Yep, I thought so.
That's one thing I miss. In Sweden, a lot of houses and apartments do not have a bath. It's showers only, and including my house. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to renovate my bathroom, because I want a bath. I want a bath again.
See, I rarely have one simply because of the amount of time involved and all sorts, blah, 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 blah. Showers being, the standard thing. But
Yep.
Occasionally it's nice to have a bath, throw the bath bombs in, use your hopefully waterproof phone device and chill.
Exactly.
Although I actually largely cooked myself in my bath because it was so bloody hot, but that's half the fun as well.
Indeed. Did you get wrinkly prune skin afterwards?
I certainly did, yes.
Good.
And I took the ubiquitous picture of the hot dogs in the bath. Your legs, your thighs.
Oh, okay.
Not your hot dog in the bath.
No, I was just going to say, how did you get hold of that photo?
It's on Facebook.
Ah, damn it, I forgot.
So yes.
Speaking of taking a photo of my hot dog, I guess you'll get the opportunity in a few weeks' time in London. If I'm eating a hot dog from a hot dog stand, obviously, Christ's sake.
Yeah, well, we'll maybe need to try and arrange that. Well, actually, we'll be in Camden, so lots of fantastic street vendors of fine foods there, so
Indeed.
I'm sure they will do a nice German sausage.
I'm sure they will have a Schnitzengruben for me, yes. I don't even know. I'm only using that word from Blazing Saddles.
Indeed, yes.
With what's the name? And please, 15 Schnitzengrubens is my limit.
There's Blitz saying, remember to wash all 8 bits. It's very good, Blitz. Very
Nice.
good. Yes, let's see what's happening.
More of a wiener for Boz, says Dumper. Thanks, Dumper. Love you too. Mwah. Look, it might be short, but at least it's thin, all right? So it was...
Look, there's always a job for pipe cleaners.
Oof. Sorry, I just have an image of using a pipe cleaner on the Jap's eye. Ow! 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 Sorry for does Jap's eye translate out of English? I don't know, but surely people can work out what that means.
Oh, you never know.
But it was interesting that I was actually missing something when because on the Wednesday I decided to go to bed early and everything because I had to get up at 3:45 in the morning to catch the taxi to get to the airport in time for the flight because it was just at stupid in the morning. And that's the only reason I couldn't do the show, because I thought there's no way I could do the show, finish at 11 and just have a few hours. Because I'm an old man now, I need my sleep. It would just be too much panic for me. But then I realised I was missing something, so I realised at the top of this fucking mountain I got 4G access, and I thought, I've got to Skype Kate just to say hello, because otherwise it's not a proper week if I don't say hello to Kate. So there it was, top of the mountain. Hello, Kate.
This, unfortunately, of course, apparently during a week when I was being very binary.
Yes, you were being a bit of a binary person. Because I got high and then nothing for the next 52 years.
See, what you obviously didn't realise is that I was actually on my way back from Jupiter at the time, and there was obviously lag, in terms of, the communications travel.
Well, you see...
But you just don't give a shit about science, do you?
You don't give a shit because you didn't tell me you were going to Jupiter. If you let me know, then I would have said, good luck, bon voyage to Jupiter,
I don't need to tell you, fuck all.
You don't need to, but isn't it nice... Just like complimentary, maybe, for your partner in crime to know what the fuck you were doing. And how did you afford a trip to Jupiter, of all places? I wanted to go to Jupiter. Oh no, you wait until I go off to Austria, which is next door. Compared, off you go to Jupiter all on your own.
I'm sorry, were you speaking?
Whatever, fuck off. That was, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we played that tune, with that bloke, Johannes. Shall I play another request?
Why the hell not?
Right, Duke Sigmund. He made a request, and the reason that I did actually delay your request, Duke, is because I had to do an extra lookup because you wanted Rasmo with Tika High, but the thing is that Rasmo didn't call himself Rasmo at the time, so I had to remember what his name actually was. Yes, D. Skov Nielsen, of course. But I found it. It's Tika High by, he's known as Rasmo now, so let's call him Rasmo. So let's have a listen to this with our ears. Tikahai by Rasmo, Yes Diskov Nielsen, and it was requested by Duke Nukem. So thank you, Duke Nukem, that's Sigmund, by the way, for that little ditty. I heard on the grapevine, Kate, that you've been working on a little bit of a mashup for later on.
You may have misheard. I uploaded from a couple of weeks ago the Desert Dream thing, you know, the mashup between the Sid and the Amiga tune.
Yes.
That I did, just so everyone could hear it. But I have something for tonight, but it's not a mashup. It's what you would call an enhanced Sid.
I misinterpreted what you said.
Twat.
Yes. By the way, did you buy that house in the Caribbean for me?
No.
Or did I misinterpreted that as well? God damn it. Unbelievable. I think that deserves one of those, doesn't it, really?
It does.
Etc. Oh, but let me just pause the music a moment because there is obviously.
Sorry, I was just testing.
Did you fall asleep on the keyboard? Oh, Bozzy's talking again. Donk!
No, that would be this.
Ah, yes, that's true. But no, there is something important that we need to talk about, young Catherine. Not between you and me, but it is something very, very important because, you know, the world as we know it is kind of falling apart. Exactly. We've got global warming. We've got tensions with Russia. We've got Donald Trump, who may win the fucking election. We've got poverty. We've got hunger. And there was one thing in this world that was keeping us going. And that was Brangelina. And now they've splitting up as well.
Yes, it's very sad. Very, very sad.
Brangelina, of all people. I don't know the details, but basically apparently they're divorcing. But, you know, I don't give a fuck. But apparently it's big news because even the BBC are...
You carry on.
No, it's fine. But even the BBC are commenting on it, and you know. So yeah, Brangelina, it's the end of an era, and so I don't know what we're going to do. I think we fucked basically.
I figured it out. Sorry, I couldn't have done this. I wish I could have done this earlier, but
I know what it is.
That's very clever, I thought. It's just a shame it's very hard to play.
It is hard, but that was a very good version, thank you.
I couldn't do the lovely harp bit.
No, because you were using piano.
That's right.
Okay. And there's quite a bit of difference between a harp and a piano.
Yes, there is.
They both use strings, but one is hammered and the other one is plucked. That's plucked.
Quite. Anyway.
Yes, anywho. So I
it's
just.
Very sad, very sad.
It
It's
is very sad, actually.
But maybe not for them, who knows?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's something weird going on with Angelina Jolie as well, because she estranged herself from her father as well.
John Voight.
Yes. And it wasn't really covered in the press all that much, but his response to it was, I don't know why this has happened. But of course you never know.
You never know.
You never know. He could be a horrible person.
Yes, you could be.
And that's a very fat bass in my in my ears.
That's a substantial kick.
Nice. It's who needs Rhine when we got you around? Have you got a looper? I guess you've not got a looper, have you?
I'm afraid not. No. I've yet to look at the nightmare that is it Ableton?
Ableton,
Live
yeah.
does that, yes.
Yeah.
But
and
it's something I've been drawn to.
It is a nightmare. I mean, it's a great piece of software, but it is a nightmare to get into at the.
Especially when you're old.
Exactly. Maybe that's the problem. That I'm just old. You know, my hair is bent and my back is grey, and I just can't understand it.
I like these instruments.
I've noticed. Are you going through some of the stuff that you get with Thingy?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
But not the thingy you're thinking of.
Oh, not. Oh, excuse me. Not Logic Pro.
It's little sister on the iPad.
Ah, okay, yes. It is very good, though, isn't it?
It is very good.
Yes. Good piece of software. Very powerful for.
Instrument called B-Movie here. What's this going to be? Possibly something theremin-like? Oh no. And if you're going to do that, you may as well do this.
There we go. I can't remember that bit being on the actual tune.
Oh, it's totally in the hidden harmonics and stuff.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
It's because I'm old, I can't hear the harmonics.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're one of those people that can't hear the high frequency thing that's supposed to, what is it? Yeah, it's teenagers do it to try and get rid of old people.
Exactly, yes.
Personally, I've always heard it. I think most people, to be honest, of a certain age do, because we associate it with the 50 or 60 hertz whine you used to get from televisions.
Ooh. Could you say whine again?
Whine.
I like that. I like the way that you put the in there as well.
Indeed.
Whine.
I think you should play a remix now, which is probably a request by someone.
Why? Oh, yeah, because that's what... Yes, that's a point, yeah. Right, okay, I'm going to play this now. It was a request that was made by Coop Dot. I'm going to fade the bed out because... Coop Dot also said it's my birthday on Friday, but I'm not going to celebrate it because I refuse to. I'm getting old. But he's a wee sprat of a lad. He's what, 20 something?
Jesus.
So we're not going to forget that it's your birthday because you've got to catch up with us guys. So I am going to say happy birthday to you, and you are indeed Swedish. So I am going to. Sing the birthday song På Svenska till day. So Ja må han leva, ja må han leva, ja må han leva ut I 100 år. Ja visst ska han leva, ja visst ska han leva, ja visst ska han leva ut I 100 år. Och många fler.
Thank you. I'm here every Wednesday, trying to fish. Tip your waitress. So, happy birthday to you. Gratis por fidelzadon. Por frieda.
Ja?
Yo, I was going down the road with my homies. Yo. Rapping. Yo. Okay.
Aufgabe. Bäuerin.
Nice.
I hate doing drums.
I noticed.
Aufgabe. Händlerin.
I'm walking on sunshine.
Hallo?
Hey.
Zimmermann.
Scoff music.
Right, so anyway, Coop Dot, several years ago you made a request. And it's also your birthday. You wanted Dax with Outrun, the Splash Wave Dax final. So, here he comes.
Feller.
What are they doing over there? They're filming something. They're filming midgets.
Outrun, Splash Wave, Dax Final by Dax. In a World. It was requested by Coop Dot, so thank you Coop Dot for requesting that. That's a great version, isn't it?
I like the Outrun music. I like most of the covers of it too. I'm particularly fond of Magical Sound Shower though.
Yes, even though because it was written by the Japanese, it kind of loses something in the translation there. Magical Sound Shower. I mean, it just sounds a little bit.
It's just par for the course where Japanese translation goes, unfortunately. But great tune, and I really, really liked Jason, someone or other, was it Jazz Seabrook that did the 64 versions?
Jazz Seabrook, yes.
Ah, very good. Yeah, he did them, the 64 versions. I thought they were very, very good. In fact, I actually thought they had more oomph to them than the originals, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing about the Sid, isn't it? That that's one of the reasons I think why it's still of interest to people today, is that even though it is this 3-channel chip in the middle of an 8-bit machine, it's not just oomph. There's something else about the sounds you can get out the channels, rather than having to use FM synth. You got this fwab going on, or as Sony and Sega did, that if you can't do it using YM, then use a sample instead, and the sample's usually 8-bit and a little bit low quality.
Yes.
And you lose a little bit. With the 64, you just boom, done. Never mind all this fwab stuff going on.
That was the weird thing about FM, wasn't it? Because, I mean, in someone's book, it was obviously the next big thing in sound chip design. Certainly right up until the early days of the PC, it was the thing to have.
Yeah.
I never really thought so, to be honest.
I thought it was. Sorry, I interrupted you. Carry on.
It seemed to be very much like composing with a very, very fixed instrument set. Very much as if you'd gone out and bought one of those cheap Casio Portasound keyboards from the 80s, and you had your basic instruments, because all the instruments sounded the same. And yet, obviously, you could do some really good synthesis and things with it if you really tried, but it didn't seem like many of the games and whatnot really did.
No, there was a lot. Certainly, when it got into the 16-bit stage, there was a lot of arcade games that used the YM chip for some reason, and some of them didn't even bother. Let's use default sound number 27. Fwab. Okay, that will do.
Yes. So it's the only limitation the 64 really had was the fact that it only had 3 of those SID channels.
Yes.
We've discussed before that, hypothetically speaking, a 16-channel SID chip.
Oh, that'd be so good.
So,
well, with the Mega 65 that's coming out, wasn't it 8 channels, or maybe only 6? Maybe they only were doing what is it? Mega65.org, I think, isn't it? Yeah, there we go.
See, there's Phasebase saying that apparently Bob Jans, who was the SID chip developer, wanted 32 channels in it. Can you imagine that? But then I think that's that was wishful thinking for something that came out, 1983?
Yeah, exactly. 82, yeah.
And I think you would needed to triple the 64's memory just to program 32 channels of instruments.
Yeah. It would have been great, but I think it was a bit of a pipe dream. Yeah, the Mega 65 that's is dual SIDs and the dual 8-bit DACs. So you'll have 6 channels plus 2 channels of samples as well.
Yep.
That'll be interesting to have a play. I'm so looking forward when that comes out.
Be interesting to hear in every sense.
Indeed. And also, I've ordered, I forget the name of it now, but I ordered one of these new there's this a new company coming out with this gizmo that you can put in your 64 to get stereo SIDs, but it doesn't have to be stereo. You can combine it any way you want to be just mono. So you get 6 channels straight in the middle, or you can separate them and become stereo, or you can have a mix of a 6581 plus an 8580 and stuff like that. It's really good, and they've been working on it for the past year, and I kind of kick-started it about a year ago, and I just got an email only a few days ago saying, it's ready, you just need to tell us what cables you want. So I need to send them an email back saying, yes, I want this, and shut up and take my money, and then I'll open up my 64 and give it a try.
Nice.
So, excellent. Anyway, I've got an exclusive to play, and this exclusive came from... Nine sounds coming from everywhere. Go away. Was sent to me by Slagon, our beloved leader. He is working on a remix of a tune that was made by his good friend Danko. Yeah. And Thomas Danko made a lot of tunes on the SID, but one of them is called Opus 2. And Slagon is working on a remix of it. So this is very much work in progress, a whip. But he's given us permission to play exclusive. Shut up! On our show. So shall we have a listen to it?
Why the hell not? He is after all the balls.
Indeed.
This is an exclusive first-time play.
Oh, nice. There you go. That is Slagon doing Opus 2, originally by Thomas Danko. Very much a whip at the moment, but sounding good.
Very atmospheric.
Yes. That's good. Thumbs up from me. Boz, I suggest booting Paraninja from the channel back to the hell he emerged. Because Paraninja... Okay, whatever. Talking. Right, but thank you, Slagon, for letting us play that, because that is sounding very, very good indeed.
Just a random inputs thing here. I'm just going to say hello to my gaming pal Tigerlight, who is currently listening in as well and playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online, the bastard. More about that in a minute. And he just said that the track is awesome as well, by the way, Slagon, so there you go.
Excellent, and I am, and I know Tigerlight myself, so I'm going to say hello, Tigerlight. We've blasted some alien spaceships together. That's something I need to get back into as well, because the new beta's out.
Yes, indeed, with your NPC, what do you call it, launchable fighter ship.
Indeed.
And I don't know if in the beta they allow you to have a player in it or not, but very cool nonetheless.
Indeed.
But yes, the reason I am slagging Tigerlight off for playing Grand Theft Auto is the fact that I think you need to play some sad music for this.
Okay, hang on. Stop that, and I will play...
So, in 2013, I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC after waiting an eternity for it to finally be released. I had actually played it on the PS3 and really enjoyed it, but as Boz will confirm, I get really, really ratty if I'm forced to use an Xbox or PlayStation controller for any length of time.
Boz will confirm.
And so that was great in 2013, and I played GTA on and off, played through it the single player, but never really got all that much into it because I really look forward to playing the online, and none of my PC gaming cronies were particularly fussed about it at the time. So I waited.
Except me. Yo.
You didn't exist in 2013.
Well, excuse me. Carry on.
Don't stop interrupting.
Sorry.
And so, around about late 2014, I thought, well, there's no one bloody playing this game with me, so I know, I'll have a look at the mods that are out for this game. And there were some mods, there were some things to make the game, more entertaining and all sorts. I tried some of those out, they were fun. And then 2015, I still had it installed, and I installed some stuff that added like fancy cars and things, and that was all great too. And I uninstalled all these things and kind of forgot about it. But when the game as big as Grand Theft Auto, it's 65 gigabytes or something, you just tend to leave it installed. So imagine my surprise when my good friend of many years, Tigerlight, said, "Hey, I've bought Grand Theft Auto 5. Do you want to start playing it online?" And I was like, oh God, finally someone to play this game with.
Should have asked me. Anyway, sorry.
I'll get back to that in a minute, Hugh. And so that was fine. So that was great. And our friend Chris, who had played it on and off as well briefly, he started playing as well. That's Fuji, by the way.
I know.
And we started playing it, and we played it for one night the other day there, and it was great. We were having so much fun. It was just so warm and fuzzy and great fun, and I loved it.
Were you tiptoeing through the tulips?
Yes, that's right. Everything. It was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And so the following night, I launched the game, looking forward to another evening of Grand Theft Auto Online. And there was a message on the screen saying, "You are banned from this game for 10 days. I looked into this, and apparently, despite me uninstalling those mods, there was still some residue from them. And this was seen as hacking, and I got banned from playing GTA 5. But that is not the worst of the story.
Oh.
Because I used to play other games, massively multiplayer games like World of Warcraft. But what happened, of course, was that I didn't get to play it as much as my friends. And so they played it when I wasn't around, and they leveled up, and they leveled up, and they leveled up. and eventually they were twice the level I was, and this made it a little unbalanced when playing, but, you know, it was fine. I took advantage of it largely, because it's great having, you know, high-level bros to look after you. So, of course, we've been playing it for a few days now, and I've been banned, and I said to Tiger Light and Food, said, please don't play the game without me. Please don't go to level 40 or something in the course of 6, 7, 8 days. And they went,
I see. So it wasn't a definite no, we will wait for you.
Well, suffice to say that right up until about 60 seconds ago, Tiger Light was online playing GTA Online.
I mean, oh.
He seems to have stopped. I can't imagine why.
No.
But anyway, so there you go. That's it. So, but anyway, Cheese Whiz Man.
Hi. Hi.
First of all, yes, you weren't around to play Grand Theft Auto with me. Secondly, you were on the wrong format.
Yes.
And third, even if you had wanted to join me recently, your little Macabuki would not be enough for it, I'm afraid.
Hello, iMac, not Mackie Bookie.
That's not what I meant. I just meant Macabuki. So it just wouldn't have cut the mustard. However, there is a light at the end of this tunnel, isn't there?
There is, and we need to change the music to something, I don't know. Nice music. I'm an old man, so let's do this. So along comes Boz.
That's a great theme tune.
Along comes Boz, and he says, "You know what? I've had enough of either playing on the X-Bone or boot camping my Mac into PC because having all of these devices, half of it for my studio stuff and half of it for gaming, is just not working for me. And as you say, Kate, I mean, the chipset inside the Mac isn't for gaming.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's a choice that Apple made, and it's worked well enough for long enough, but it does somewhat limit ultimately what you can do with a Mac.
Indeed. So, what I decided to do is I sat there a few days ago going, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to buy myself a gaming PC. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually buying myself a gaming PC. I've put in my request to my boss because I'm actually going to get my company to pay for. Well, the company's not paying because I've earned it basically, but it goes through the company. It's a long story. It doesn't matter. But we'll get a. Apparently, I'm getting it tomorrow. By the way, I'm getting the authorization code tomorrow, and then I can pick up or order a brand spanking new Windows gaming machine that will sit in the living room, connected up to my 65-inch TV, and I will be able to play lots and lots of games with my partner in crime, Kate.
So, just say it. Say it. Say it.
Which one do you want me to say? There's several things I can say.
Say it. You are going to buy
a Windows machine. Indeed, indeed, I am. I've seen the light. You see, the light was removed from. Sorry, I want my theme tune back. The light was removed from me when Windows Vista came out because that was just a pile of steaming shit.
It's a legit comment.
And that's when I decided to move over to Mac. But I've since realised that if you want to go gaming, you can't use a Mac. I mean, there's
you
only.
Can, but There's a limit.
There's a limit. There's only if you want it in native Mac format, there's only a quarter of the games out there that will work for the Mac. If you want to go into boot camp, then you got a problem that the graphics chip inside an iMac is only the mobile version of the NVIDIA chipset. I'll call it that. Chipset. And so it's not, it's the 970N, whereas I could go out and buy myself a 1080, which is several times more. You do the math. But also, as well as that, I mean, the PC that I'm going to buy is water-cooled as well, and it's got an SSD in there and blah blah blah. It's got all the stuff I need, and I might as well buy myself a proper gaming machine instead of the other thing with console games. You're stuck with a chipset that was out 3 years ago now.
Inevitably, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that has its own merits as well. But the cracks are starting to show in the consoles now, what with these refreshes of their line coming up this year, that before this, even on new generation. So, because you've got the PS4 Pro and you've got I can't remember what the hell they call the Xbox thing that's coming out. But
the Xbox
Scorpion or something like that. Scorpion, But anyway, I just have to say that Tigerlight has pointed out to me that he's been very good, and he has been playing, but he's deliberately not risen one single RP point level in GTA.
Thank you, Tigerlight, on Kate's behalf.
Yes, and Boz's behalf as well, because he will be joining.
Yes, I will be, yes.
Oh, hang on, I think I've got Tigerlight on a rant about consoles. Tigerlight doesn't like consoles.
Consoles are great, Tigerlight. Discuss.
Anyway, that's half an hour of discussion, so I think you should play something. What the fuck?
Oh, I've gone into Tour de France. Oh God, I'm gonna record that. I'm using that for nighttime use.
Oh, Fuji's saying no leveling as well. So
excellent.
We'll see. This is only like day bloody 3 of the embargo. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. But hopefully by I mean, if I get, I should be getting the code tomorrow. If I buy it tomorrow, which is Thursday, it should arrive on a Monday. It arrives at the office, and I can get a taxi to take the box home. So I should have it either on the Monday or a Tuesday. So that will still be within your 10-day thing, and it will give me a couple of days to set it up properly as well, and have GTA 5 waiting, ready and able.
That's great. That's good news.
Yes. So excellent.
There we go. There's Tigerlight informed. It's Project Scorpio is the Xbox thing. He also tells me not to start plugging the consoles. I'm not. I'm thinking about getting a PS4 Pro to get the VR thing, but because it's Tigerlight, it's no doubt going to point out to me as well. The amount I would spend on getting a PS4 Pro and the VR thing is more than the cost of getting one of the PC-based VR solutions. So
that's very true.
So. Anyway, put some music on.
Put some music on. I have a request here that was, oh my goodness, oh my gracious, oh my me. Look who's made the next request. It is, of course, Frogger64, and his not even a request, but